That's how I stream. I stream, and if you turn around, I move this circle, move that, look at that. And that's the living room. And these are my clothes. After the laundry. So, yeah, I stream between the living room and the kitchen. You don't have to have a fancy room, you don't have to have a fancy place. Not everyone can afford it. I certainly can't afford it. So this is working out perfectly for me. It is doing really well. So it's kind of like we got sometimes, you know, we got the noise on the kitchen or something, but most of the times I'm here by myself, so it's fine. It's just fine, you know, no one's bothering me. It is a little bit of noise on the background on the stream. People don't really notice it. The microphone is quite good hiding those noises. I really like the microphone because I was looking for something that could hide noise. I started with the Blue Yeti. And the problem with the Blue Yeti is just that the microphone picks up everything. It's a cardioid, not a cardioid. Yeah, it's a cardioid. No, I think mine is a cardioid microphone. I need to look it up. I'll come back to you guys later with that. So depending on the microphone, you know, it picks up, you know, the voice in front of you, or it picks up, you know, basically the noise around the room. That's why some people need to have the, you know, the isolation foam for the sounds and everything. So if you have that microphone, the Shure SM7B, you know, that microphone is just it's absolutely brilliant. It's very expensive though. It's a little bit too expensive. That's the only complaint. Obviously, I bought that microphone a while ago, and I used to be doing simulation racing, and I had like a whole rig that I built throughout like 2-3 years. My sim rig with the 3 skins, with pedals, wheel, and a million other things. I sold everything, and with the money I got from selling everything from my rig, because sim racing was taking my life. I just couldn't cope with it. I couldn't juggle sim racing with work anymore, so I decided to just give it up and, you know, just sell everything. I had wheels, I had a million things, like replicas of the Mercedes wheel, and a GT3, and a replica of the Bentley GT3 wheel. It was just unbelievable. I loved those wheels, but I couldn't keep them. I sold everything, and I said, I love gaming, I love what I do, and I love, you know, chatting with people. What can I do? There you go, I'm gonna start streaming. That's one of the reasons I started streaming. And because I made that money back from selling my sim racing setup, I bought things like the microphone. Obviously, everything you can see, there is nothing really expensive in my setup apart from the camera, the microphone, and the Go XLR, which is the audio mixer. That's about it. Everything else is pretty cheap. My screens, my monitors are like $100 each. Just try to save as much as you can. They don't have to be any good or anything. The only one that is half good is this one over here, which is kind of like the gaming monitor, but it's not really expensive. It's like $250. It's not even like more than a 60 megahertz only. So it's not even, you know, 144 or 120. It's just a 60 normal one right here. I mostly play on console, so it doesn't really matter. And then, you know, the lights were like pretty cheap because they're not like the Elgato lights or anything like that. They just, you know, newer. It's called newer brand, which is, you know, it's for photography. So I said, you know what, just grab those. It's gonna be half price, and I get 2 of them. I got a small ring lights and everything. So it's kind of like, you know, my chair. It's been with me. My chair cost me like, what's it, $50, something like that. It's been with me for like 2 years now, about 2 years. That chair is terrible. It's absolutely terrible. I hate that chair. It hurts my back every single time. Even though I'm sitting like 8, 7 hours, well, more than 7, 8 hours. I would say I'm sitting about 9 hours on that chair. It's killing me. But yeah, I don't wanna, I'm trying to look for, if I can get maybe a sponsorship from one of the chair companies that could provide me with a better quality chair, and then that way I could upgrade it. But I don't really want to upgrade to a new chair and then maybe get a chair company saying, oh, you want this chair? What am I going to do with the other one? So this one is okay. I mean, sometimes my butt hurts, sometimes my back hurts a little bit as well, but I mean, it's okay. It's okay. It's fine. It's not the end of the world. It's still comfortable. Sometimes. When I don't spend that many hours. But it is, it's okay. Other than that, I think, everything on the setup is kind of like, it's affordable. Most of the things are kind of affordable. Obviously, the lift slides and everything, it gets more expensive. But that, I've been streaming for over a year now. And I started with these kind of things. I purchased a few things. I had the Yeti microphone. El Yeti? No. El Gato? Yeti? I'm confused now. Okay. So, the Yeti microphone. I got that one. And I sold it. I didn't sell it. I sent it back. Because I changed that microphone, the Yeti microphone, for this one, for the Shure SM7B, because it was just, the Yeti microphone was picking up the noise from absolutely everywhere, and I was like, I need to hide noises if someone is around making noises. Any little thing, it will pick it up. It's crazy. It's like this microphone picks up everything around, like literally everything is around. So I had to pick up that one, which is a cardioid. I think this is a cardioid microphone, which is only hears in front of the microphone, basically. So yeah, it's what most of the podcasters use. Everything. For example, people like when they do podcasts on IGN or any podcast for that matter, the big companies usually have that microphone, which is absolutely amazing. Only picks up your voice, doesn't pick up anything around it, and it's very expensive, but it's worth it. It's worth it. So yeah, LVloG lights and everything is just a tiny bit more expensive. This came in like, a couple of months ago, maybe. I got the LVloG lights. I've been upgraded with time. Just basically, the one thing that happens, streaming or content creating, is anything you make, you end up putting it back for some reason. It is, you always want to improve something. You always want to do something. And if you are ambitious and you want to do things, you're always trying to create something new. So obviously, that money that you are making, you're investing it back into the same thing, which is, I think, is a really good practice. I think it's honestly a really good practice, because you are willing to give back quality in exchange for the people that actually, come and watch you, that come and support you with subscriptions, with everything. So yeah, that's awesome. That is actually awesome, because you can actually put back into the stream maybe a better camera, maybe a better microphone, maybe a tiny thing like the shelves. I just got the shelves. The shelves literally cost me $20. Boom! It looks completely different. It looks nice, and I can have my little toys in there, my little figurines. And and it's actually really, really good. I was trying to get a company to get me like templates thing, like frames and stuff over there, which is like a gaming company. I can't remember the name now, but yeah, this plate. I was trying to get a sponsorship from this plate. They are not sponsorship anyone at the moment. But this plate have really good products. They have like frames for like you can put like movies, you got games, you got everything, and you don't have to do anything. It just sticks to it, and that's it. And you can just pull it out, put a new one in there, and change it whenever you want. That's awesome. It is an awesome product for, you know, to have it on the background. It just looks nice. I got all my friends here with, you know, Dragon Ball, Destiny, Assassin's Creed. I like all that stuff, so it's all in there. But I wanted to have like display, and I wanted to put display on that wall where I have the shelves now. I asked them for it, but they said they're not sponsoring anyone at the moment. So no one else, not anyone. They're not sponsoring no one else at the moment. I said, okay, fair enough. I need to do something because that wall was completely white and there was nothing on it. So I said, you know, let's get some shelves and just put a few things in there, make it look pretty for the streams, and, you know, something in the background that people can look at. You know, it attracts people to be, you know, that are watching, just asking what's that on the background they might be interested on. Or they might, you know, even though I have a actual, whatchamacallit, I have a wish list on Amazon, which I've put like a ton of stuff, like Funkos and everything. If people send me some of that stuff from the wish list, if they send them to me, what I'm going to do is just basically put them on those shelves and, you know, show a bit of appreciation back to the community. If someone wants to send me something, I'll just put it there. I'll thank them for it eternally, because, you know, they don't have to do that. And yeah, it's a good way to interact as well with your community, with your family. It's a good way to, you know, to kind of connect with them, because they might feel, you know, like they send you something, you display that on your stream, and there is, you know, 20, 30, 50, 100 people watching it, and they know they mention it, and they say, oh, what's that on the background? What's that Funko? And it's like, yo, that's Funko. It's, you know, John Dick that sent it to me, and he's an awesome dude, and that Funko is from Dragon Ball, blah blah, and it's Goku, and he sent it to me on the Amazon wishlist, and I freaking love you, man, for it. And yeah, and there is a connection between you and people watching you. That's exactly what I was talking about yesterday. There needs to be a connection between you and your community, because otherwise, you know, if there is not a connection between you guys, there's not much you can do, and, you know, you may lose them because they don't feel that connection. So always try to relate with them, try to give back, try to make them feel welcome and make them feel like they're important to you, because they are. Time is very precious. So with that said, I am going to do that. I'm going to change the bed sheets. I'm going to upload the YouTube video, the podcast, the OrcoCast. If you guys haven't heard of the OrcoCast, it's a podcast that we do every single week. It goes out on my YouTube channel every single Tuesday.
Meanwhile.
Sounds good so far.
Yeah, sounds amazing, right?
Is that how it starts? Really?
Yes, yes, that's the first 2 minutes of the game.
And Spotify as well. It's on Spotify if you search OrcoCast. Basically, the OrcoCast is a podcast about gaming, or everything related with gaming, streaming, everything that is related with gaming. Laws, we spoke about laws a couple of weeks ago. The new law in the UK about, you know, gambling with the loot boxes and everything. So everything related with gaming and streaming, we talk about it in that podcast. It's me, it's Bam Bam, OrcoCast, and myself, OrcoCast, bloody hell. Bam Bam, Orcosaurus, and myself. They are actually super nice people. I love them to bits, and, you know, we have fun chatting about gaming, and we don't agree sometimes, and we have different point of views, but that's why the podcast, I think, clicks. That's why I think the podcast is good, because we have 3 very different point of views most of the times, and we, you know, put out our point of views and we discuss it between each other, which is awesome. That's what podcast is all about. Not 3 people talking about the same thing and agreeing with everything. I don't think that's a good podcast. You need to have different point of views, different attitudes, and different ways of seeing things. They might be a bit negative sometimes. I see things positive way, so it kind of like balances out. We have somehow found a good balance. between us three. So shout out to Orcosaurus if you guys want to find him. He also streams Orcosaurus, the Orcosaurus on Twitch. He's got a YouTube channel as well, and he's got social media, he's got internet, and he's got Twitter, and he's got Instagram as well. Just search for Orcosaurus, he'll be there. And Bam Bang is nowhere to be found, but he's a mod for Orcosaurus, and he's an absolute wonderful human being. There is also there is a good point that brings me, I just remember this, we got 3 very different accents, okay? Orcosaurus has like a German accent, Bam Bang has like a Scottish accent, and I have a Spanish accent, speaking in English. So we got 3 thick different accents within the same podcast, and I think that makes something unique, something special, something you don't see everywhere else. You got these people, I mean, a podcast is all about, you have to have a proper English vocabulary because you need to be expressing yourself with words, and people might not watch you because, there's 2 versions of the podcast. We got the audio only version, which is on Spotify, which you can search by just searching Orcocast, and there is a video version of the Orcocast, which is on YouTube. It's on my channel and Orcosaurus channel. When you search for that, it's different. It is different, and we got those 3 different accents, and I think it's cool. Different point of views, different type of people, different backgrounds. We all come together for our own passion, because we share the same passion, which is gaming and streaming. And I think it's awesome. And it's a really good podcast. You should check it. Orcocast. Make sure you check it. I'm going to get started with this. Thank you very much, guys. And I'll be back before I go to bed after the stream. Probably have dinner. And talk to you guys how the day went and everything. Thank you very much, guys. I will see you in a bit.